welcome to another episode of the Verde Valley Experience. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm your host, Jennifer Cohen. Whew, it's hot outside. Have you noticed? Monsoon is driving us crazy, but guess what? It's back to school time already, which is unbelievable. It feels like summer just started, but the kids are going back to school. So our show today is mostly geared about that. It's pretty amazing. All the things going on, from immunizations and wonderful programs and food and everything you need to know. Yep, we got to get back in the swing of this, parents. You know how this is a painful time of year and a happy time of year too, because yay, the kids are leaving. Our first guest today is Kelly Wilson. She's the executive director for the Old Town Mission, and she's here to talk about Operation Back to School. It's a wonderful program they have there at the Old Town Mission. But they have everything else at the Old Town Mission too. It is so awesome. All of their services, they range from clothing boutiques and food pantries and haircuts, and there's a dental clinic now, a produce market. Absolutely amazing what the Old Town Mission does for the Verde Valley. So Kelly's going to tell us all about that. Then our next guest will be Dr. Jean Barton. She is a retired pediatrician and the board chair for the Verde Valley Imagination Library. That is our local affiliate of Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, and they supply books to pre-kindergarten age children from 0 to 3. And the doc's going to be here to tell us all about how reading to your children from age 0 to age 3 is the best thing. Like, we already knew this, but you're going to hear it again. The best thing you can do for your child's development and for their lifetime is to read to them. So that supplies books that you'll love to read. Then we'll have with us Carla Hover. She's the coordinator for health education programs at Yavapai County Community Health Services. She's going to talk about their school immunization clinics that are happening now all the way through August. Very important stuff. Check in on your kids' immunizations, see what you need. If you need something, Carla can tell you how to get yourself set up with that. Plus, she'll talk about healthy foods for the lunchbox. That's another thing we always have to scrabble around, is healthy foods, but Carla's going to tell us all about that. Then we'll go on location, courtesy of our friends at the Cat and Verde Links, to Sedona Public Library, and we'll talk with the development director, Anne-Marie Mackler, about the library's writing contest, their chess club, their code club, their movies. So much more going on there. It's truly awesome. And we'll finish out our show today with live music from PK Gregory. The Honkabilly King is back. It is so exciting to have him back on the show. I'm so thrilled. We're going to go ahead and get started. Of course, we have the beautiful and talented Kelly Wilson from Old Town Mission. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's an exciting time of year for you guys with this.
It is, yes, and crazy.
Yeah.
So exciting.
Oh my gosh. Operation Back to School. It is huge now.
It is huge. Last year we just kind of outgrew the Clemenceau Museum, so we had to think, where are we going to go to give away all these backpacks? We didn't have to go far. We're moving just across the street to the Verde Community Church. So there's going to be some more inside areas, a bigger outside area. So we're going to have a lot more to offer the kids. Food, hot dogs, games, cotton candy, a dunk tank. Officer Scarum,
oh my gosh,
is going to be in the dunk tank.
Oh
so get your throwing arms ready and come out and let's dunk Officer Scarum.
Oh my gosh. This is happening on July 28th from 9 to 12 at the Verde Community Church, which is right there at the Rotary on Mingus and Willard, I believe. Yep. Very nice place. That's great that you've expanded so much that now you get to have a carnival. It sounds like a carnival.
It is. There's nonprofits that we're partnering with, just a few, like Catholic Charities, Verde Valley Sanctuary, Steps to Recovery, Angie's House, the health department, the Cottonwood Oak Creek School. They're all going to be there, and the requirement was they needed to have a game with some prizes.
Wow.
So everyone's going to have a game and prizes to give the kids, and of course we have backpacks filled with supplies ready to go.
Backpacks filled with supplies. That is the main portion of Operation Back to School. And tell us about that program. Why does Operation Back to School exist?
Yeah, it's so important because most of our clients that we serve are working class poor. They're struggling to make ends meet and they're working. So when you send your kids back to school and you see that list, the amount of supplies you have to buy, it just is kind of overwhelming to a family that's already struggling. And we really believe that education and supporting our young kids is the way to go. They're our future. So
absolutely. So you help the parents out by supplying a lot of these things in a backpack, which they destroy every year. So you cannot use a backpack you had last year. You need a new one.
You need a new one,
yes. This is an amazing program. How do you have a ballpark? How many backpacks you gave away last year?
Well, last year at the event we gave away about 600. But we don't keep the supplies that we get, so we distribute them to all the other schools. So we gave some to the fire department, to the Cottonwood Oak Creek School, Clarkdale, Cornville, Camp Verde, Beaver Creek. Just the Lions Club, anybody that needs a backpack, some groups that work with kids, we're going to just kind of give them all away. So this year we have about 1,200 backpacks. on
Wow.
hand. We're packaging them. If anyone wants to come and help, this coming Tuesday at the Mission at 9, we're just going to start packaging the backpacks, getting them ready.
Oh my gosh, what a production. I bet that
It
is.
is huge and so much fun.
And how do you get the supplies for that? Where does the money for that come from?
It's all from the community. So individual support, a lot of church support, and our biggest supporter that purchases the bulk of the backpacks is Mr. Reuter from Camp Verde. I think they purchased over 600. We just went and picked them up today, but that's something they've done since I've been here, so over 6 years.
Wow. Thank you, Mr. Reuter.
Yes.
That's amazing. So that is happening on July 28th from 9 to 12 at the Verde Community Church on Mingus and Willard there. Oh,
Yes.
super. You do this every year.
Every year, everyone's invited. Yavapai Broadcasting will be kind of leading the way, ushering people in, so they'll be there with a live remote outside the main door.
Fun.
And everyone's invited.
Excellent. Excellent. So what else is new with the Old Town Mission? You've got so much going on all the time. Then you have your special events, but what else is new? You've got a couple of new things happening.
We do. We're always looking for the need that's in the community, and we want to fill that need. A big thing is fresh produce. It's crazy to me and so sad that it's so expensive to buy fresh produce, but you can buy a pizza for $5. So we started a Mission Produce Market. It's all healthy food, some organic food, and it's held the third Tuesday of every month at 6 p.m. But of course, fresh produce is available during our regular food pantry hours throughout the month. But this is just a nighttime event, and it just brings in a whole new crowd of people that maybe work during the day.
Yes, absolutely. That's nice that you're having it
Yes.
from 6 to 7. So tell us a little bit about the Old Town Mission. Let's get some backstory here. Who do you serve? What do you do?
Well, we serve the entire community, the entire Verde Valley. We offer a food pantry during the day, a daily lunch. There's showers, so if you're homeless, you have a place to come and take a shower. We have free clothes. We also have our thrift store that you shop there, you donate there. It's supporting our services down at the Mission, but we also have the second chance employment. So we have, if you have an employment barrier, a criminal record, anything that's prohibiting you from finding a job, we have several jobs at the thrift store that has held aside just for that.
Wow.
So we're kind of a one-stop shop resource, helping people to keep them out of becoming homeless, because there's so many people that are working and struggling, living paycheck to paycheck. So if we can help them with the essential items, food, clothing, things like that, they don't have to make that choice between paying a bill and getting food for their families.
Absolutely. And that is, the need here in the Verde Valley is actually pretty great. I read a statistic that just around 30,000 folks that are living in the Verde Valley are at or under the poverty level. That's a lot.
It is a lot, yeah. So we're just here to fill that need and make sure that we're here to support the community and give back.
That's great. Okay, so we have the food pantry that goes on.
Yes.
That's great. And then now you've got the produce market, which you're doing the third Tuesday from 6 to 7.
Yes.
And specifically produce?
We try and keep it all produce on that one, because we really want it to be fresh products and just whole foods that are really great for you, healthy for you. So it's providing healthy food for the hungry.
Excellent. And check out the website, oldtownmission.org. That's a great website. All the information you need about the food pantries. Operation Back to School is on there. All the services that they supply. We've talked about the clothing boutique, the food pantry, of course. You do haircuts.
Free haircuts, there's the vision clinic, the legal clinic, and so excited we just had our first ever dental clinic, and that was in March.
That's
fantastic. That's a huge need. If people are always asking, do you have a dentist? Do you have a dentist? And we were approached in February of last year and from Dr. Ian Young, and he really wanted to do that, and he got Pacific Dental involved. And
wow. And tell us, how many people did you serve in that one day? It was one day, right?
I believe it was 26, and Pacific Dental said it was close to $30,000 worth of free dental work in that one Saturday.
Wow. God bless the Old Town Mission. You guys are doing amazing things in the Verde Valley. Congratulations on adding yet another service. That's truly amazing. Check out oldtownmission.org. We've been talking with Kelly Wilson, who is the Executive Director of the Old Town Mission. Make sure you go to that website, oldtownmission.org. We'll be right back with more of the experience, so don't go away.
Fabulous views and unmatched quality with efficiency in mind. Just announced, C&B Construction is the only contractor ever to win the EPA's coveted Indoor Air Plus Leaders Award 4 years in a row. These Energy Star certified homes provide unparalleled energy efficiency, comfort, durability, and indoor air quality. C&B Construction is currently building at Gray Fox Ridge and Crossroads at Mingus. C&B Construction, locally respected and nationally recognized.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles.
Building a home, remodeling, or need furniture for the holidays? Time to order is now. Amish Home Decor offers furniture for every room in your home in many different woods, stains, and styles. We even offer patio furniture and mattresses. If you don't see what you're looking for on the showroom floor, just ask. We buy from 100 different Amish families located at the corner of Glassford Hill and Highway 69 in Prescott Valley. Amish Home Decor is the place to buy tomorrow's antiques.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. I'm now here with Dr. Jean C. Barton, who's a retired pediatrician and the board chair for the Verde Valley Imagination Library. You remember this book? I do. The Little Engine That Could. Oh yeah, great book. Tell us about the Verde Valley Imagination Library.
It's an incredible program that gets books in the hands of little kids from the time they're babies until their 5th birthday. And it's part of Dolly Parton's program that she started back in '95 for her rural county in Tennessee. And the books arrive in the mail every month once the parents enroll their children.
Wow. From birth to age 5?
Yes.
Wow. That's a lot of books every month.
If a child enrolls when they're born, and we are enrolling kids at the Verde Valley Medical Center now routinely, and they get their first book, and then the first mailed book arrives when the kids are about 2 to 3 months old.
Oh.
So they get 60 books by the time they're 5.
Wow.
And by the time the kids are toddlers and they get that book in the mail, they are excited. And the parents can't get out of sharing the book.
That's good. You get them hooked on books. Absolutely.
Yes.
From the beginning.
And the reason why I really like the program is current research shows that the kids who are behind when they're 3 have heard about 30 million fewer words.
Wow.
And it's not just about the books, it's about the talking and interacting around the pictures and the bonding that happens around the parent, the book, and the child.
That is true. If you spend time reading with your child, not to brag, I've read to my child since birth. She's 12.
It makes a difference.
It makes a huge difference. Plus it's fun and
Yeah.
it's great and it's our time, even though, I work all day. She goes to school all day. I see her a few hours a night, really. Basically, that's what we do with our kids. But there's that 20 minutes where that's it. The world shuts down. It's us. It's the awesome book. I get to enjoy it. She gets to enjoy it. And you're saying that is the thing that makes the biggest difference in a successful life for our children is that.
Talking, playing, and reading from the time they're babies to age 3 is when really the brain wiring is set up. And that's what makes learning so much easier for them when they start school. And the book bag programs are wonderful. But unfortunately, when they're babies, they mouth them and like to eat them, and they dog ear them, and that means they're loved, and they don't particularly want to give them back.
Sure, that's understandable. But they're setting up their own library.
They are.
Because they get to keep the books.
Right. And I know people who are 20 years old that have saved all their books.
Oh, I bet. That is so sweet. Do you have an estimate on how many children are involved in the Verde Valley currently?
We're sending out over 1,720 books every month.
All right. Where do the books come from? How do you get these books?
The books are actually sent through the Dollywood Foundation. Dolly Parton set up the book order system. She set up the contract with the publisher, who is Penguin Random House, and the quality of the books is very high. And the distributors actually label the books with the child's name on them and send them directly to their home.
Wow.
As a local affiliate, we pay for the books and postage, which is wholesale and very reasonable. And we also help enroll the kids. And when families move within the Verde Valley, we call the family, we get in touch with them to find out their new address and get the books to them until the book order system catches up with them, so we don't lose them.
Right, excellent. Now, how difficult is it to get involved in the program? If we have a parent who's listening to this and goes, oh my gosh, I want to get involved, what do they do?
If they have a computer or a smartphone, they can Google Imagination Library. There's a button that says, Parents, enroll my child. Does my child qualify? To qualify, the child just needs to be between birth and the 5th birthday, actually 4 years, 10 months, and live in the Verde Valley.
Wow. Geez, those are some tough qualifications.
The other thing they can do is to go to their local library or Head Start, the hospital. They can fill out a registration brochure, send it in, and about 2 to 3 months later, they get their first book.
Wow, that's incredible. The website, vvilbooks.com.
That's our local website, and the national website is www.imaginationlibrary.com.
Now, they've done extensive studies on the difference between children who were exposed to reading at a young age in their adult life versus children who were not. What kind of things do you see in the children who were not? What are some of the traits that we notice?
Sometimes language is behind, and early literacy skills are behind, and they tend to struggle more in school. They can get demoralized and just not enjoy books or reading. And the thing is, at first you learn to read, and then you read to learn. And that tool of being able to read to learn is the key to success. And we have, if you don't have good literacy skills when you graduate from high school, it becomes much harder in the workforce.
Certainly. Yes, with everything, getting a job, keeping a job, communicating with your boss, your coworkers, things like that. Simple enough as being read to as a child. And it's not too late, you know?
It is.
It's never too late. Really isn't. Don't panic if you're behind the curve on this one. It's never too late.
Oh, it is never too late, for sure. And sometimes simply a grandparent that is bonding with their kids around the books is the inspiration behind the children catching it.
Well, certainly. Then it's the bonding, which is, you know, a wonderful thing to bring up. Really great way to bond with your kids that, you know, get them, you know, the little kids even have iPads and things now.
It also puts everybody to sleep at night.
It does.
The parents and the kids.
When they're younger, it does. When they're 12, not so much.
Right. They stay awake with their light on.
Like, oh, read more, read more,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
which is great. I remember we'd go through 3 books a night.
You know, I might add that the people that started this for the Verde Valley was the Rotary Club of Sedona, and then all the Rotary Clubs in the Verde Valley got on board and are major sponsors and are the majority of our board that runs the program.
Yes, and the fact that it's managed entirely by volunteers is a really big deal.
Almost all of 90% of the expense is just paying for the books and postage. And the rest of it is simply coming up with the registration brochures and whatever it takes to show up at local events to help families enroll. Yeah,
so look for the Verde Valley Imagination Library at local events. I hear you're going to be at Operation Back to School. Is that correct?
We are.
Excellent.
And again, sometimes we get people trying to enroll their kids who are over 5 and they're sad.
Yeah.
But the purpose is really to get to the kids when they're young. And the libraries are major supporters for us. And a lot of people don't think to bring their kids to the library between 0 and 3, and yet they're a wonderful resource, especially for giving parents tips on how to engage the kids in the stories. It helps to be a little goofy when you read because it gets the kids involved.
That is true. That is true. Check out imaginationlibrary.com. Of course, the local website is vvilbooks.com. Go there, check it out. If your child, you could be a little older, how about your neighbor's kid? How about your cousin's, your sister's kid? Kids need to read. Parents need to read to their kids. Very important. Dr. Barton, thank you so much for being here.
It's my pleasure.
Really
Thank
appreciate your work in this program. So,
thanks.
We'll be right back with more of the experience, so don't go away. I'm going to read this. Love it.
fabulous views and unmatched quality with efficiency in mind. Just announced, C&B Construction is the only contractor ever to win the EPA's coveted Indoor Air Plus Leaders Award 4 years in a row. These Energy Star certified homes provide unparalleled energy efficiency, comfort, durability, and indoor air quality. C&B Construction is currently building at Gray Fox Ridge and Crossroads at Mingus. C&B Construction, locally respected and nationally recognized.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles.
Building a home, remodeling, or need furniture for the holidays? Time to order is now. Amish Home Decor offers furniture for every room in your home in many different woods, stains, and styles. We even offer patio furniture and mattresses. If you don't see what you're looking for on the showroom floor, just ask. We buy from 100 different Amish families located at the corner of Glassford Hill and Highway 69 in Prescott Valley. Amish Home Decor is the place to buy tomorrow's antiques.
And welcome back to The Experience. We're now sitting with Carla Hover, who is the coordinator for health education programs at Yavapai County Community Health Services. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Lots going on right now with back to school.
It's back to school. Everybody's
arriving soon.
I looked up the date and I went August 8th in this area.
Yes,
wow, it's just around the corner.
That's like 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So when we think about back to school at the health department, we start out with immunizations. Because every child going into kindergarten has to be up to date on their immunizations before they're admitted to school.
Right.
So we're offering clinics, walk-in clinics. People can go and get their child's records updated, get the vaccinations that they need.
Nice.
So all they need to do is bring in their shot record from the doctor, make sure it's up to date from the doctor's end. And if a parent is not coming in with them, if it's a grandparent or aunt or uncle bringing them in, they need to have a letter of consent from the parents. But they can certainly bring them in also if that's a problem. The parents can't get in.
Sure, parents are working and can't get there, but
but somebody else can do it.
Somebody else can do it with a letter of consent.
With a letter.
Okay. And there's several different clinics happening in Prescott Valley, here in Cottonwood. If you go to the website, yavapai.us, and you'll find immunizations on there. It'll give you a list of all the clinics that are happening, where they're happening, what time they're happening, and great. And some of them are walk-in clinics, and some of them you need appointments for.
Yes, so we're doing the walk-in clinics, and I would like to say here in Cottonwood, they're now in the WIC offices. So if people don't know, they're not in the health clinic itself, they're in the WIC offices, which is in the 10 South 6th Street building.
Good.
If people don't know, on the Mingus end, facing the middle school.
Easy to get to.
So easy to find as long as you know what you're looking for.
There you go.
And if the child is not insured, it's a $20 administration fee. If the children are insured, we will take care of billing the insurance for it.
Excellent. That's nice of you to take care of that. And that's an important thing to say. There's a $20 administration fee because perhaps some of the disadvantaged families, you know, they still are concerned about the health of their children and they want to keep up on that. And this allows them to do that. $20 per kid, up-to-date immunizations, because out of pocket at the pediatrician,
it's you pay for the appointment.
You can't even park your car for $20, so you know.
and we do offer a sliding scale fee if there's an issue with that. But but $20 is very reasonable. It covers whatever immunizations they need, and then they'll be up to date. Also, the kids going into 6th and 7th grade, there's another couple that they need. So before they get into school that first day, make sure you've checked those records and the kids are up to date.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's quite a few things to keep up to date on, you know, with immunizations as your child goes, but they're required by the schools. They're required for certain activities that you can't participate in. So you'll need to check with the activities in the schools, and then of course your doctor and the records. And then they can, if they miss one of the clinics, Carla, I know the clinics are going up to about August 2nd, but if you miss one, you said that they have the possibility of giving you a call.
They can call and make an appointment and come in and get them same place. And that's 639-8130. And they can call and get an appointment and come in anytime before school starts. They'll get them in.
Oh, excellent. That's so nice.
The other thing that we're doing along with these are sports physicals. So this time of year, the kids are looking at whatever activities they're going to be doing in the fall, and we do the sports physicals for $24.
Wow, and they're expensive.
Yeah. So
they're like 60 some odd bucks for a sports
physical. You get your
physical.
Paper from your coach or whoever when you sign up, and just take it in, and we'll do the sports physical as well.
And they're going to need an appointment for that.
They're doing walk-in on that on the couple of days that we have walk-in clinics, but they can call and make an appointment as well.
Excellent. Again, you can find the clinic list for Prescott Valley, Cottonwood on yavapai.us. Look under immunizations. It's under that file too for the sports physicals and stuff. Wow. Now back to school.
Back to school.
Lunch boxes.
We're packing lunches and snacks.
Oh my God. The bane of my existence is every day figuring out what I'm going to pack for my daughter. How am I going to pack it? Is she going to eat it?
Well, first of all, I always say breakfast is the most important meal. That's their fuel for the day. If they duck out the front door without getting breakfast, they're going to be out of energy by 10:30, and we'll have to wait until lunch. And that really makes a lot of miserable kids.
Sure, and they can't learn.
So find out what it is they would eat for breakfast, because some kids just are like, I don't have time, I don't like that. I find out, you can do the 5 food groups and try and get, eggs and toast into them. But if not, it's okay to be kind of unconventional and either do a sandwich, do a breakfast sandwich, or leftovers from the night before. Doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be what we traditionally think of as breakfast.
What we think of as breakfast foods.
Yeah, as long as it's healthy.
Right.
As long as they're getting that fuel for the day. So we emphasize that. As far as foods, lunch, snacks, the best way to get them to eat it is to get them involved in it. So if you get them involved in menu planning, what kind of things do you want for lunch this week? With the stipulation it has to be healthy. What kind of things do you want for lunch? Have them help you make a grocery list. All of the older kids can help with grocery lists, shopping if you want them to, helping make their lunches the night before. Because the more involved they are, the more likely they're going to be to eat it.
That's true. They'll be excited about it. It won't be such a surprise when they open their lunchbox and go,
oh, I didn't want that. So if we can get them to participate in that.
That's a great idea.
And again, healthy foods, low-fat dairy, low-sugar yogurts. I always say be careful and read labels when it comes to some of those prepackaged lunch combos that are out there. They're really high in salts. It can be high in sugars. They can be high in fats. So we want to make sure that we're watching those for our kids too.
Right. The convenience foods and the packaged foods, you're guaranteed they're going to be packed with salt and sugar.
If they're made to last for a long time, they're going to be packed with salts and preservatives.
Right. There you go.
So fresh fruits. Fruits, if you want the fruit cups, just get the ones packed in juice and not packed in sugar.
Right.
Fruit is sweet enough.
Yeah, definitely.
But they don't need the extra sugar.
Well, that is true. And now the word is out on protein. Lots of protein.
Lots of protein. It fills them up longer, stays with them. It gives them good fuel for the day. And sometimes that's eggs or cheese or whatever it is they'll eat. Not all kids will eat meat.
That is true.
That's one of those things. A lot of kids don't.
Yeah, that's true. But they still
other
need
forms
their
of protein. We've got
proteins.
peanut butters, we've got beans, we've got lots of stuff.
That is true. Yeah, think outside the box when it comes to breakfast, and think outside the lunchbox when it comes to lunch.
Yeah,
high protein, low fat.
Yeah, is a lot of our lunches, our schools have healthy lunches.
That is true.
They have
School
healthy
programs.
lunches. Some of them have breakfast ahead of time.
That is true.
So that's an option too,
That's
at a
true.
very good price.
There you go. Check in with your child's school. See if they offer a breakfast program or a lunch program. Otherwise, get your kid involved. That's
Yes.
really great advice, Carla. Thank you so much. Check out yavapai.us. Again, the immunization clinics are happening now through August 2nd. Some of them are walk-in, some of them are appointment. If you need a sports physical, some walk-in, some appointment. You can give them a call. That works out well if you need to make an appointment. Carla, thank you so much for being here. Carla Hofer,
Thank you.
Coordinator for Health Education Programs at Yavapai County Community Health Service. Boy, does that fit on the tag?
No,
We'll be
it
right
doesn't.
back with more of the experience, so don't go away.
A1 Supreme Moving is your Verde Valley hometown movers. Trust your valuables to a family-owned and operated company with 31 years of moving experience. A1 Supreme Moving offers packing services. Fully licensed and bonded, your belongings are insured at full replacement value. Ask about teacher and vet discounts, as well as redecorating and holiday prep services. A1 Supreme Moving has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. For Supreme service, call A1 Supreme Moving at 634-0963.
We Organize You serves the entire Quad City area and the Verde Valley with custom cabinetry, including kitchen, garage, laundry, custom home office, and closet systems. Stop by their showroom in Chino Valley to see how they can make your home more convenient and valuable. It's time to get reorganized with We Organize You. For more information, go to weorganizearizona.com. That's weorganizearizona.com.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We're now at the Sedona Public Library, courtesy of our sponsors at Cat and Verde Links. We're here with Anne-Marie Mackler, who is the Development Director for the library. Thank you for meeting with us, Anne-Marie.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, super. There's so much going on here all summer, you know, basically all year, you know, if we talk about what the library has going. But you have a couple of things coming up here. The writing contest is very interesting.
Yes, it is our first annual, hopefully it'll be a success and we'll make it a yearly thing. It's in celebration of our 60th anniversary, 60 years of Sedona Public Library this year.
Congratulations.
And so the board thought what a great way to celebrate 60 years and the community and to invite people to join a writing contest. So it is launching tomorrow. It's for all ages. The top award in each category is, of course, $60.
Hey.
And then there are second prizes, third prizes. The Friends of Sedona Library are offering some gift certificates to their bookstore. That will be part of the prize bucket also.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So this is underway now. They can submit.
Starting tomorrow.
Starting July 13th, they can submit. And up until September, the deadline is September 18th?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, let's double check that. The deadline
16th,
is,
18th?
we announce on September 25th and the deadline is September 10th.
Okay, September 10th, you have to have your submission in by then. What are you looking for as far as the writing contest? Are you looking at essays, short stories, poems? What are you looking for?
All of the above. It could be poetry, it could be up to 100 lines, it could be creative nonfiction, whether that was an essay, something biographical, something journalistic, and of course fiction. The theme for any piece that's submitted has to be 60. So however an author or poet integrates 60 into their writing. Could be 60 cats, could be flight 60 going to Bermuda, who knows?
Wow.
As long as the number 60 in there, it will work.
That's really neat.
I know, it
What a
opens up
neat
lots
name.
of stuff.
Yeah, that's Wow, that's really creative.
We're exciting.
How fun. And is there an age limit for this?
It's all ages. Well, we have 3 children, 6 to 10 years old, young adults, 11 to 18, and then adults 19 and over. And then there are prizes in each of those categories.
Wow, that's great. Now, to submit their writings, do they need to bring them to the library, mail them to the library? Can they do it online?
They can mail. The form will be available on our website, but they would have to download it and then send it to us or bring it in.
Okay.
It looks like this.
Like that, okay.
Yes.
SedonaLibrary.org.
Yes, SedonaLibrary.org.
Great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Super. What an exciting thing.
We're happy. We've never done it before. I'm a writer, so I'm really interested to see what type of writing we get and what people do with the theme of 60. I think it could be really fun.
So are you on the board, say, of the judges? How's that going to work?
I will be, I hope, one of the judges, and then maybe a board member, and then hopefully a local writer also. There will be
You'll be
3 of us.
submitting yourself?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, no, I won't be submitting.
Oh.
No. But maybe anonymously.
There you go.
Who knows?
There you go.
No, but some other local writer to be on our judge panel.
Oh, very cool. That's so cool. Okay, so get writing.
Yes,
Get your
please,
submissions
get
into
writing.
the library by September 10th.
Yes.
And the judging happens on September 20th.
A couple weeks, and
Yeah.
then we announce on September 25th. And the winning submissions, the first prize submissions, will be published on our website.
Oh, very cool.
And part of our 60th anniversary celebration is we're putting a time capsule we're burying it to be opened at our 100th anniversary in 40 years.
Nice.
And so copies of the first prize winning submissions will go in the time capsule
Oh, how
also.
exciting.
So that's a cool thing.
Geez, that doesn't get you going.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So we have the writing contest that's coming, but weekly, daily, there's so much going on here.
Always.
Let's just take 1 week at the library, starting on Mondays.
Right. Monday is a great day to watch a movie, get out of the rain or the heat, whichever the case may be. During the day at 2 p.m., we have movies for kids, and then in the evenings, movies for adults at 6 p.m. They're free, open to the public. Everybody's welcome.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent.
absolutely.
That's great. It's good for the kids and the adults, and good movies.
We do. We get top-notch movies, recently run, and then we often will do classics. As part of our 60th anniversary, we're going to do some films in the fall that were filmed in the Sedona area and or filmed around 1958, which is our founding year.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah.
Gosh, and then let's take Wednesdays. You've got Code Club on Wednesdays from 10:15 to 11:30 a.m. for writing computer code for anyone who wants to do
kids
that.
who are interested in learning Code Club. And I just talked with one of the kids, or the kid who runs that club, and he said that they're getting smarter and smarter, and he'd like to see it get to the point where they actually develop some computer games.
Oh my gosh.
So they're bringing
Won't
it
that
up.
be cool?
Yeah, it's
That's
very
cool.
exciting.
And on Thursdays from 3:45 to 5, there's Chess Club. There's
Yes.
Chess Club.
Kids playing
Very
chess.
fun.
We have volunteers from the community who come in and help the kids hone those chess playing skills. Nothing I have, but kids do, so
Yeah,
it's great.
kids can take anything. And one of the newer things, which is cool, because we've talked about kids, let's talk about adults here. The crypto community.
Crypto community.
For cryptocurrency buffs.
Yes. Every Thursday, they're meeting weekly now, and they were originally meeting for an hour, and they've expanded that to an hour and a half. There's a lot to talk about with cryptocurrency. Yeah, so if anyone's interested, they should come by and check it out.
That's super, Anne-Marie. There's so much going on at the Sedona Public Library here on White Bear Road. Check it out at sedonalibrary.org. All the listing there, your form to get into the writing contest, information. If you look on the calendar, it's dizzying. The calendar, when you look at it, there's so much going on. You really have to sit there with a magnifying glass and go through each day.
It's color-coded.
It is, thank goodness for that.
We're a library. We code things really to make it easy for you.
Thank you for doing that, Anne-Marie. I really appreciate it. So, and welcome to the Verde Valley. I know transplant from Flag. We stole her.
Yes, just moved down here.
Thank you for being here. Are you enjoying yourself here? It's a beautiful library.
It is.
Oh
I
my
love the
gosh.
library. I
Well,
love the
excellent.
valley. Yeah.
Oh, very fun. Well, good luck with the writing contest.
Thank
It sounds like
you.
fun.
Yes,
I can't
it will
wait. I'm
be.
going to hear all about it. So check out SedonaLibrary.org. We'll be right back with more of the experience, so don't go away.
This is Bruce Morrow, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride.
I live in a town where the ghosts are thick as flies buzzing round a hanging tree. Sometimes when I wake up at night, I can hear their voices whispering, come home to me. And they rattle their chains and they raise some cane, but they don't do nothing to me. 'Cause I've lived with death so long, I just sing along to the executioner's song. La-da-da, la-da-da, da-da, la-da-da, la-da-da, da-da, la-da-da. My brother, he died with his eyes open wide, but he never seen it coming. And old Mr. Granger, he danced with a stranger, and one-eyed Marie came a-running. This old town is a bad dream. Things ain't what they seem, and I know it won't be long. So I listen to the ghosts, and I hold my Mary close and sing the executioner's song. La-da-da, la-da-da, da-da, la-da-da, la-da-da, da-da, la-da-da. La-da-da, la-da-da, da-da, la-da-da, la-da-da, da-da, la-da-da, la-da-da, la-da-da.
PK Gregory, everyone. Wonderful. I love that.
Thank you.
Let me guess, the Executioner song.
The Executioner's song, yeah, that's part 2 of the Zombie Killing Girl
Right.
2-part trilogy. So,
You've always been such an amazing storyteller, PK.
Oh, thanks.
You know, you seem to be a storyteller first. And the musician supports that as an
Yeah, I think
amazing
that's-
musician, but such a storyteller. There's no one else out there like you that tells the stories that you do, with the humor and the interesting and the way that it makes you see that whole thing in your mind while listening to you.
right, that's my goal, and so I'm glad I'm doing something right. You know?
Yes, it's
But-
truly a performance
but, you
because
know,
you're creating that.
Yeah, and I think that gets lost sometimes when I do the thing that you've seen me do with the foot drums and the whole rig and everything. It's a really like a full frontal assault kind of a sound, and people are often like they're really interested in what I'm doing with my feet and everything like that. But really at my core, I'm a songwriter. You know, I want to tell the stories, and all this other stuff that I do to express that is just really it's fun window dressing.
Oh, and it sounds amazing. I know this is wonderful. You're pared down. What a great little guitar! It sounds so wonderful. I love how it has little banjo notes in it. Sometimes it sounds like the banjo.
Yeah, they call these parlor guitars, small-bodied guitars. So it's got a little more focused and a little pingier of a sound than like a big-bodied guitar. I love this guitar.
Got this little guitar and this big voice.
They seem to go okay together.
They go together great, and of course, always the harmonica, which is such a wonderful touch.
What's funny about that song also is I whistle in that song, and I halfway through when I was in the little instrumental section with the harmonica, I was like, I don't have enough spit in my mouth to whistle, so I just went right back into the little chorus. But yeah, that's just another touch. But it's always funny in the summertime when you get to that point in the song, you're like, feels like you've been eating crackers.
Crackers. It is Arizona.
So I skipped that part this time.
That's fantastic. Fresh off tour. You were in Texas. Texas stole you from us for a while.
Yeah, and this year it's been fairly light touring compared to last year, which was like a 6-month thing. Wow. But this year it's a couple of brief excursions, and mostly I'm at home. So.
Well, there you go. Well, that's good. That's
next year we'll plan something else. You just you get back and you're kind of exhausted. You're like, I don't even want to think about touring right now. Put together a couple of short things, and that's it.
There you go. Well, you were promoting your latest album.
Yeah, I'm kind of in between albums right now, but that one was released last year.
Yeah, Funkabilly Blues.
So I just did the song Executioner's Song, which is on that one. Yeah. That's the follow-up to 4 Chords and a Damn Lie. My second album, my first album, is out of print. But anyway, that's the third one. I'm working on the fourth one. All right. I'll do a song from that. That's going to be on that one.
Do you have a title for that one yet?
Not really. The song itself was inspired by some accounts that I was reading from Syrian refugees, which is it's a fairly difficult subject, and it's a serious problem, that we don't need to get into. But I was reading accounts, basically interviews that they were doing with some Syrians, and there's one. One really popped out to me, this Kurdish kid named Ahmad, and he left Syria when he was 17 years old, fleeing the violence. He was in school, and all he wanted to do was to finish school and become a doctor. And he had no interest in fighting and killing anyone. He wanted to be a healer, and so he ended up in Turkey, and then left Turkey and tried to make it to the EU, and now he is 2 years later in a camp. They've closed the border, and he sits there and learns English on his phone. He's like Duolingo, if you've ever used that, which I'm using right now, to brush up on my French. It's a great little program, but you can sit there and learn an entire language, and he did that with English. And so when he's sitting there with the interviewer, this British guy, his English is not impeccable, but it's very good for somebody that learned it from a phone app. And it just goes to show what a go-getter someone like that is, and how just circumstance in life, and it's incredibly unfortunate that they're just grounded for 2 years. And so anyway, that's
you wrote a song about that.
I wrote a song about that.
Your songs have changed a little bit over the past year. We're getting a little more serious now. Why is that happening, do you think?
I don't know. I think that there's still a lot of humor there, but we're in really serious times, and there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of confusion about where we're going, both individually and as a society. And so a lot of the songs that I've written lately deal with that. And sometimes they're funny, and sometimes they're not all that funny. Just the way it's going right now.
That's always a good story.
But always a good story.
Always a good
always
story.
Trying to tell a story
PK.
and
always
make it stick.
There you go. Oh, it sticks.
Whether
it
it's funny or
sticks.
it's like incredibly crass.
Check out pkgregory.com. That's your website these days, pkgregory.com. Now, if we want to get your albums, how do we do that?
Through the website
Okay,
is the most direct and fast way. I could give you a bunch of other URLs, but I think just pkgregory.com. There's a tab there that you can go to that'll take you to the link to buy the album.
Great.
Or you can find me at a gig.
There you go.
Yeah.
What have you got coming up?
Well, like this weekend?
Well, like, how about in August? Can we go out to
First weekend of August. Let's see, the first Thursday in August, I'm at Page Spring Cellars.
Excellent.
That's every first Thursday through the end of the year, I think. The next day, I'm at the Sedona Farmers Market, Friday morning, early, super early. That's a really hard one to, get to. But a lot of fun, actually, and a great group there. And then I believe on Saturday, I'll be at Burning Tree Cellars.
Okay, great.
So I'm doing
on your website, do you have?
Yeah, that'll be on the website as well.
Okay, you also have a Facebook page, really good.
Facebook page, you can find me there.
Oh, great.
I think pkgregory.com is a first step. You can find everything else through that.
There you go.
It's easy to find. And
PK, thank you so much for coming on the
you
show
bet,
again.
Jen.
Always a pleasure to have you.
Great
Thank
to
you
be
all
here.
so much for watching the Verde Valley Experience. Absolutely appreciate you sticking in there with us. Check us out on Facebook. You can check us out on VerdeValleyTV.com. You can check us out at myradioplace.com and the Verde Valley TV. Awesome. We'll see you again next time.
I need a sip of water. All right, something off the new album. That's not recorded yet. I left my home when I was 17. Now it's 2 years on, and I miss my family. And I rot in this camp, forgotten and alone, lying on a cot, learning English on my phone. Well, I only wanna study and go to school again. They say the border will open, but nobody says when. Some say I chose to come here, but I don't know what they mean. Seems to me this war decided everything. So say a prayer for my country I may never see again. Say a prayer for her children that this war will end. Every person has a story, every soul has the right. All we want is the freedom to live a good life. So I took the road to Turkey and I learned the native tongue. But they only pay you half of what they'd pay a Turkish bum. 12 hours in a foundry, scarce enough to buy a meal. There's no pity for a refugee, there's only dust and steel. So I hopped a rusty trawler, headed for the Eurozone, with relentless news of rape and destruction from my home. Reaching in with bony fingers to lead my heart astray. Sometimes I burn myself with a cigarette just to keep those thoughts away. So say a prayer for my country I may never see again. Say a prayer for her children that this war will end. Every person has a story, every soul has the right. All we want is the freedom to live a good life. Last night I dreamt of spring in streets I long had crossed. I felt my heart would burst from the memory of what I lost. The streets were ripe with laughter and the scent of cardamom. But as I passed Bab al-Nasser, that old gate began to hum. The first casualty was laughter, as all eyes looked to the sky. We denied that war was coming, but it was coming by and by. I saw our father of the flowers with some roses in his hand. As they slipped through his fingers, all the people turned and ran. But there's nowhere to run, and there's nowhere to turn when the falling petals turn to bombs and the bodies start to burn. I saw my father and my brother killed by barrel bombs, their faces frozen in death with their white helmets still on. And so the blood ran in the streets like 1,000 times before. 5,000 years of lessons learned, and still we dream of war. And I wake up in this camp, and it's a kind of prison cell. They call it a refuge, just another word for hell. So say a prayer for my mother, just one thought to ease the pain. Say a prayer for my sisters that one day we'll meet again. Every person has a story, every soul has the right. All we want is the freedom to live a good life. Yeah. My name is Ahmad. I am 19 years old. I am lucky to be alive, or so I am told. But till the governments realize we can't just go away, there's nothing I can do and not much more that I can say. So say a prayer for my country I may never see again. Say a prayer for her children that this war will end. Every person has a story, every soul has the right. All we want is the freedom to live a good life.